Hello and welcome to another of the International Manifesto Group webinars. This is also another in a series that we have committed to doing on Russia to promote greater understanding of matters Russian, particularly at a time when disinformation and fake news, as well as fake scholarship on that country have been proliferating in tandem with the West's proxy war against that country. My name is Radhika Desai, and I'm the convener of the International Manifesto Group, and I will be moderating this webinar. Throughout this webinar, the chat will remain open, and I urge you all to use it, of course, but also to use it politely and with respect to others. At the end of the speakers, we have 4 speakers, and at the end, there will be time for question and answer. And I hope again that will be a fruitful event, a fruitful set of interactions, which should be kept, as I say, respectful and fruitful. So our topic today is Russia in the World Majority, and specifically we are going to discuss the report, Russia's Policy Towards the World Majority. And I will put the a link here. Anybody who is interested, I will put the link in the chat. Give me a second here, chat. Here we go, paste. You will find the report here, and I will also share it. This is the report here, which is entitled Russia's Policy Towards the World Majority. The report was prepared, and I'm quoting, following a series of studies, conferences, and situational analyses sessions conducted under the Situational Analysis Program of the Faculty of World Economy and International Affairs of the Higher School of Economics, Council on Foreign and Defense Policy, and Russia in Global Affairs Journal, with the support of the State Duma Committee on International Affairs and under the auspices of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Russian Federation. The importance of this document, therefore, cannot be exaggerated. It comes from authoritative intellectuals and agencies, and it comes at a time when Russia's foreign policy is undergoing what may be the most massive reorientation, certainly since the Russian Revolution, but some may argue its biggest reorientation of modern times. Ironically, we are discussing the matter on a day when Russia is voting in an election widely expected to underline domestic continuity under President Putin, while internationally, we can still hear the crashes of the collapse of Russia's old foreign policy, while this report charts a completely new way forward. Russia's policy towards world majority signals Russia's turn away from the West and towards what top foreign policy intellectuals, casting around for a label to refer to the grouping that they were now joining, dubbed the world majority just last year, I think. Let me give you just a small flavor of some of the report's principal arguments. It argues that Russia's foreign policy space is split into 2. A US-led Western coalition conducting the proxy war against Russia and imposing sanctions and whatnot, and the rest of the world, which the report calls the world majority. The report argues that the 2 are in contradiction, and the former's universalizing drive cannot prevail over the latter's striving for sovereignty, and a striving that the report expects will create a new future of cultural and civilizational diversity. I'm also quoting the report here. The report also sees the BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Agreement as the vanguard of the world majority, the institutions that are likely to build the infrastructure of the new world order. The report recommends and envisages that Russia will play a leading role in the creation of this new world order. And it argues that in order to do so, the whole apparatus of Russia's foreign policy, most broadly conceived, that is, including not only the relevant state agencies, but the universities that produce the knowledge about the rest of the world that Russian diplomats may imbibe, the media that produce discourses about it, the programs that offer aid to the rest of the world, other countries in the world, the programs that promote people-to-people contacts, and even the apparatus of organizing international sporting events, obviously a major priority for Russia, must be reoriented away from their focus hitherto on the West and towards the world majority. I've always thought that fundamental analysis is usually occasioned by fundamental challenges, and this report, coming at a critical moment for Russia, certainly its most critical moment since the end of the Soviet Union, contains such fundamental thinking and rethinking. That it really shows us, it casts important light on what the world looks like, not only to the intellectual leadership of Russia today, but also to the rest of us. That is, it reveals many interesting truths about the world. So I really recommend reading it. And let me illustrate some of the radicalism, shall we say, or the fundamental orientation of the report, just by quoting one passage from page 9 or thereabouts. It says the fundamental, not only geopolitical and geoeconomic, but also value and fully civilizational nature of the confrontation between Russia and the West means that the conflict will be long. Either Russia defends its right to free and safe development in a world freed from American and Western hegemony, or the United States and its allies will be able to eliminate Russia as an independent and unified country. So the report makes no bones about the profound stakes in the current conflict. Normalization of relations with most of the West, even in the medium term, is not only impossible, but also unbeneficial, as it will distract attention from restructuring the Russian economy and society in order to be able to live in an unstable world of acute conflicts in the next 15 to 20 years. And from reorienting the country towards new markets. Normalization, when it comes, must be carried out from the standpoint of one of the world majority's central powers. We proceed from the unambiguous assumption that the West's role and position in world geopolitics, geoeconomics, and ideology will decline in waves. The West is a powerful but historically retreating construct. So with us to discuss this report, its genesis, its arguments, its content, its importance, reception, influence, and impact, and more generally discuss Russia's foreign policy context and Russia's foreign policy in it, are a most distinguished panel of experts. It includes one of the report's 3 principal authors and another scholar who was part of the preparations that led to the report. I refer in the first case to Dmitry Trenin, and in the second case to Anastasia Ligacheva, and Oleg Barabanov and Elena Maslova are also important scholars of international relations working in the top universities of Russia today.
I'm Michael Hudson. I'm appearing here for the International Manifesto Group. If you like this video and ones like it, please subscribe. For more information, go to the address on the screen.